In terms of its geographical location, Elazığ, which is situated at the junction point of the roads which connect the eastern Anatolian region with the west, is an eastern Anatolian city founded on the foot of the hills on which Harput Castle stands. The city, which has been an important center of settlement in all periods of history due to its location, is abundant with history and culture, with its castle, madrasas, and mosques. Elazığ, which shines out with the dam located at the upper Euphrates and the natural beauty of its lakes, makes an impression with the hospitality of its population approaching 400,000 people. However, it has been determined as a result of analysis that the city, whose lands are among the first and second degree seismic zones, carries disaster risk. Beginning with the year 2003, the urban transformation activities have been sped up, and in many areas of the city, the risky areas have been identified within the scope of the Law on the Transformation of Areas Under the Risk of Disaster, number 6306. The province of Elazığ, its central district, a total of 18.84 hectares of risky area, which remain within the borders of Cumhuriyet neighborhood, and 2.83 hectares of reserved area has been announced as risky areas under the Council of Ministers Decision number 2013/6994 within the scope of the Law on the Transformation of Areas Under the Risk of Disaster, number 6306, which became effective upon its publication in the Official Gazette dated July 9, 2013, and numbered 28702. When the spatial development of Elazığ province between the years 1950 and 1975 is analyzed, it can be seen in the western direction that due to Gazi Avenue's both sides being the premises of governmental agencies, the development of house settlements has been refrained in that direction, and it has continued with occasional gaps in Cumhuriyet neighborhood, where our project area has been announced as risky area is located at the present time. Where our project area, announced as a risky area, is located at the present time. In the past, this area remained within the borders of Üniversite neighborhood, where the Malatya-Elazığ-Keban intersection is located. Cumhuriyet neighborhood has begun to be formed during this period. Until 1980, it can be seen that people from Keban settled within the borders of Üniversite neighborhood in the western direction of the city, and Cumhuriyet neighborhood has completely been formed in this area, which developed afterwards. Cumhuriyet neighborhood is located 5 kilometers northwest of the center of Elazığ and is situated in the first-degree seismic zone. According to the survey studies carried out in 2014, within the scope of Risky Area Project, it has been determined that the population at the project area consists of 1,118 people, of which 546 are women and 572 are men. Project areas are located in northwest of Elazığ province. Fırat University is located in the northeast. Abdullah Pasha neighborhood is located in the west. Sursuru neighborhood is located in south and developing housing areas in the north of the project areas. Our area consists of a total of 21.69 hectares. Almost all of the residences in the area are 2-story buildings, and there are 2 single-story buildings and 26 3-story buildings. There are no buildings in the area which are higher than 3 stories. When the area was evaluated in terms of material, it was determined that a majority of the buildings have been constructed with masonry materials. There are 110 masonry buildings and 28 reinforced concrete buildings. The current buildings in Elazığ, which is located in the first-degree seismic zone and Cumhuriyet neighborhood, are mostly unhealthy. Due to the risky soil properties, a majority of the residents of the area have a positive point of view on the Risky Area project and wish to live in safe and sustainable areas with firm soil. In the studies conducted by A&D Map and Development Planning and Construction Engineering Trade Limited Company, it has been determined that a majority of the buildings in the settlement area consist of two-story buildings. With the exception of outbuildings within the project area, there are 138 buildings, with only one of them being an elementary school building and the rest being residences. It is observed that these buildings are not in line with architectural standards and that these may cause loss of life and property if any kind of natural disaster takes place. The buildings within the project area were constructed in 1980 by the state, and people migrating from the Tunceli province were allowed to settle there. A majority of the buildings in the area constructed within the scope of the project area are between 50 and 100 square meters in size. However, in the surveys given, a considerable amount of the public demands flats which are between 100 square meters and 150 square meters in size. In our surveys, 245 of the 377 right owners were given the survey, and we have 116 female and 129 male right owners. The percentage distribution of these rates is 47% female and 53% male. In accordance with the Household Social Research Surveys, it has been determined that 1,118 people, 49% female and 51% male, live in the project area which has been announced risky area. It has been observed in the survey studies conducted in the area that the ages of the right owners are high. In accordance with the answers given by right owners to questions about age and other survey questions, it was determined that 27% of the right owners are illiterate. When the distribution of occupations of the parents from the family members are analyzed, it is understood that they are mostly retired right owners, and right owners of which a total of 70%, laborer, other, marginal, self-employed groups, work as unqualified workers. It has been determined that 63% of the ownership of the properties in which families live belongs to them, 23% are tenants, and 14% of the ownership belongs to their relatives. Although all of the right owners remain below the poverty line according to the results of the survey, it is noteworthy that a majority, or 63%, are homeowners. When the tendencies, inclinations, and demands of the users in the surveys are evaluated, it has been seen that a majority have the following expectation: to be close and integrated to the city center, to live in the same environment with their relatives and fellow citizens, to be close to their workplaces, and to live in an environment which can endure and shelter them against possible natural disasters such as earthquakes and floods. 61.63% of the right owners have stated that they have a positive view on the project to be carried out as long as they are justly treated, and 24.08% have stated that they regard the project as beneficial and support it. It has been observed as a result of the survey that the reason why 7.35% don't want the project is that they think it will not bring any benefits to the residents. In accordance with the answers given by right owners in the surveys given, it has been observed that a majority of the right owners have a positive view on the project. Through the urban transformation project to be carried out in Elazığ province, its central district and Cumhuriyet neighborhood, which have been announced as risky areas, it is aimed at preventing loss of lives as a result of possible natural disasters in the area, reducing the risks of disasters, improving, protecting, and developing the physical environment, providing social and economic development, and by taking into account the quality of life, energy efficiency, and climate sensitivity, and transforming the living area of the local community into urban environments which are healthy, safe, and with high living standards.